Hi guys, and welcome to the Introduction to the Cato Management Application video series. On today's video, we're going to focus on the home menu. On the home menu, you have sections on General, Analytics, and Detection and Response. We also have the upper right-hand section, which covers some details on the What's New and Help that we're going to cover as well. But let's start here at the Account menu. You can search for whatever you want here in the Account menu, and it's going to bring you straight to those pages. I want to learn how to set up a firewall. There they are. I need to go and set up some new users, and there's your users. So it's a great way to navigate the Cato Management Application, especially when you're first starting. So in the upper right-hand menu, you have What's New, latest and greatest of Cato, features and enhancements, and other details around what's being released in Cato. Help, well, it's helpful. You can navigate directly to the articles related to the page you're on, or you can get other ways to help in the Academy or the knowledge base. You can ask the AI assistant a question about Cato or how to use something or set something up. Notifications is going to give you details on when socket versions come out and when new sockets come online. You can assign them to a site. More detail on this in a minute. The profiles allow you to change your language, your individual time zone, and moving from light to dark mode. All right, so the topology. So you can see all your sockets and the status of those sites. So site here, connected, degraded, disconnected. I can see that I have a site called Josh's HQ. What is a site? So a site is just a logical construct that we use at Cato to assign physical and virtual sockets to. So in this case, I have Josh's HQ. That's just a site that I've named here in my lab, but then I have connected to it two X1500s, a primary and a secondary. Those would go in the notification when I first plug those in, and I would assign them to Josh's HQ site. And you can see the status of each of the individual interfaces, and I can get details on configuration and monitoring here if I wanted to. If I click Filter and Group, I can change the topology view to match my needs. So if I want to add users in there or change the different POPs or ISPs. So as I zoom in, I can see all the individual connections all the way up from Josh's HQ all the way into the Cato POP. All right, moving down the line, I have best practices. These are Cato's security recommendations for your environment across all of our security solutions. So firewall, data loss control, we make recommendations on tests that we run so you can make your area more secure with using Cato. So analytics and events, this is a very useful part of Cato, so it's important to understand this. So this is all the telemetry data of network and security events that have been captured. So you can open this up and I get details on, we monitor this event, here's the IP address and the user. You can search for it up here. You can search all the fields here so you can get down to really granular details for troubleshooting or providing security control. App Analytics is going to show you all the application connections that your users are making in the Cato environment. Who's connecting to what by application category or site. Experience monitoring takes that a step further, so you can be able to understand, all right, what's that experience like? We give it an average experience score, and then you can see the details, time to first byte, the network details associated with those connections. So for instance, like I can click on remote users here, I can click on Laggy Larry, and I can go like maybe to the last week if I wanted to, or last couple of hours, and get the details associated with that particular connection. I can get all of his details up here, where he's connected from, and then how his connection goes, device hardware, Wi-Fi, applications. So it's a really useful way to be able to troubleshoot network and security connections from your individual users. So reports, this is going to be predefined reports in your environment. You can schedule these out, you can generate these, and this is really helpful for stand-ups or reporting to other members of your team about what Cato's doing. The device dashboard is Cato's offering of IoT. It's going to give you all the devices discovered in your environment, what OS they're running, any security threats that are associated with that. Device inventory is very similar, but it's just a different view and a little more detail. Detection and response is going to be Cato's XDR offering. So let me go back out to the last couple of weeks here and give you some details associated with that. So I can see there's been some exploitation events. I go to Stories Workbench and see all my network and security XDR stories. I can see that a link is down. I can click on that. It's been closed because this has actually gone back up, but I can see the timeline associated with that. I could add notes or comments associated with that. I could generate an AI summary. So very, very useful for getting automated alerts from network and security events that are happening in your Cato Management Application. The detection and response policy is a way for you to develop a response policy around those XDR stories, taking action or muting stories based on certain criteria. All right, guys, thanks so much. I hope this is helpful. All right, in summary, in today's video, we introduced the Cato Management Application home menu. We talked about the sections around General and Analytics and Detection and Response. We introduced ways to be able to navigate your initial experience in the Cato Management Application. All right, guys, thanks so much. I hope this is helpful.